Then those are the advantages of internal recruitment. Now we proceed and look into what now? Another scenario. Now the scenario guides us. It says Tateo's induction program. Tateo has developed an induction program for newly appointed employees. They are usually taken on a tour of the premises and introduced to senior management and colleagues. Now, quote 2 aspects from the scenario that Tateo included in his induction program. For 2 marks, thereafter, advise Tateo on the benefits of induction for 8 marks. And then let us see, when you check here, they are usually taken on a tour and they are introduced to senior management. Do you see a distractor there? There's no distractor. It's straight to the point. But be careful. You need to still quote separately because there's and. So you quote this one separately. You also quote this one separately so that you receive one. Do not combine them. Then the solution, quoting, because there's no distraction. They are usually taken on a tour because induction is a process of introducing a new employee that was selected. Therefore, in this regard, the employee is taken on a tour of the premises. Then another one, introduced to senior management and colleagues. That is another one. Then advise Tateo on the benefits of induction. These are the benefits of induction. When you introduce a new employee in the workplace, the benefit is, or the advantage is, it increases quality of performance or the productivity. It allows the new employee to settle in quickly and effectively. And then as we proceed, new employees will understand their role and responsibilities concerning the safety regulations and rules. So that allows for productivity. New employees may establish relationships with fellow employees at different levels because they were introduced, they were given time to settle in the business. Then employees will be familiar with the organizational structure. For example, who is their supervisor or low-level manager. Then make the new employee feel at ease in the workplace, which reduces anxiety or insecurity. Then as we proceed, we look into now another question. Name 4 examples. This is a direct question now. Name 4 examples of fringe benefits. Then read the scenario below and answer questions that follow. Then identify 2 salary determination methods applicable to Gail and Chris. Motivate your answer by quoting from the scenario. Now, smart construction has Gail and Chris, who are employees of Smart Construction. Gail is remunerated according to the number of hours spent at work, and Chris according to the number of houses built. Gail's employment contract has recently been terminated due to regular absence from work. So now, identify 2 salary determination methods of remuneration applicable to Gail and Chris. Motivate your answer by quoting from the scenario above. Now, when you look into it, Gail is remunerated according to the number of hours spent, Chris according to the number of houses built. So we are identifying 2 salary determination methods. We have 2. We have piecemeal and time related. Piecemeal is remuneration based on the work performed or units performed or units produced. But time related, you are getting paid based on the time spent at work. Therefore, in this regard, we say Gail is remunerated according to the number of hours spent at work, but Chris according to the number of houses built, meaning here we are talking about units produced, but with number of hours we are talking about time there. We are talking about the time Gail spent. So the answers are clear. It's time related and what? Piecemeal. So let's check. Discuss the link between salary determination methods and basic conditions of employment. Now, then evaluate the impact of fringe benefits. Let's check. Name 3.5. 4 examples of employee fringe benefits. They include medical aid or health insurance, pension fund, together with provident fund, together with funeral benefits, together with car, traveling, housing, cell phone, clothing, allowances. Do not make this mistake. They say name 4 and you say la 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 1. Mr. Tlaka taught me very well. And you say number 1, car. Number 2, travel. Number 3, cell phone. And you say number 4, clothing. And you say, now I'm done with the examples of fringe benefits. You are actually going to we are going to do it like this and say 1 mark, because all of these fall under one aspect, which is what? Allowances. So please don't make this mistake. Please do not make this mistake. Choose one. Just say car, allowances. That's it. The others, they are considered to be repeat. Then performance-based incentives. Then issuing of bonus shares is also a fringe benefit. Staff discounts, free or low-cost meal or canteen facilities. Then as we proceed, the scenario. What is the solution here? Gail, as I said and elaborated, we said Gail is getting paid on time related. Gail is getting paid on time related, 2 marks. And then Chris piecemeal because of the houses Chris is building. And then when we discuss the link between salary determination methods and the basic conditions of employment, is that what is the link? Salary determination methods talks about the method in which an employee should be paid, but the basic conditions talks about the conditions in which employees should work under. So basic conditions of employment act outlines the legalities such as the employment contract, which may affect the salary determination, especially on the number of hours. Basic conditions of employment act talks about the hours. So somehow the salary will only be limited to the hours that are stipulated in the basic conditions. Payment of salaries should be based on whether the employee is permanent or employed on a fixed contract. That is also another aspect in terms of the link between the two. The Basic Conditions of Employment Act sets out conditions to ensure fair labor and human resource practices. And according to the Basic Conditions of Employment Act, businesses may use different salary determination methods. And according to the link between the salary determination method and the basic conditions, businesses are supposed to deduct income tax pay as you earn from employees' taxable salaries. Then let us look into the impact of fringe benefits. What are the positives? The positives are it improves productivity, resulting in higher profitability. It attracts experienced employees who may positively contribute to the business goals or objectives. It increases employees' satisfaction or loyalty as they are willing to go an extra mile. Then, as we proceed, businesses, what are the negatives of fringe benefits? Because yes, it improves productivity, because a fringe benefit is an additional income that comes in a form of benefit. So that's why we are saying productivity goes up, because employees are willing to go an extra mile, and it attracts experienced employees who want to work for a business that is paying extra in a form of benefits. And then it increases employees' satisfaction and loyalty as employees are going to go an extra mile. But what are the negatives? Businesses who cannot offer fringe benefits fail to attract skilled workers. Fringe benefits are an additional cost and may result in cash flow problems, and they may decrease business profits as incentives or packages or remunerations cost much higher. Now, we look into quality of performance. The advice I'm giving you, the examiner will either ask the differences between quality control and assurance, to either differentiate them or identify them from the scenario. Or they will ask quality management and quality of performance, to either differentiate them or identify them from the scenario. Thereafter, they may ask the benefits of a good quality management system, to either explain or discuss. But in a section B, it can be quote. In an essay, can be explained or discussed. Then we move. Business functions. You might be asked to identify the business functions from a scenario or explain how they contribute to the success of the business. Then, let us look into the first part, which is quality concepts and the business functions. So this is how they can ask this question on the benefits of a good quality management. Now, read the scenario below and answer questions that follow. We have Exclusive Clothing Enterprise. Julia is the owner of Exclusive Clothing Enterprise. She was requested to share ideas on how she maintained high quality standards on her products. She indicated that the use of high quality resources increases productivity. Julia also indicated that products are constantly improved, leading to customer satisfaction. Now, quote 2 benefits of a good quality management system from the scenario above. Explain to Julia other benefits of a good quality management system. Now, she was requested to share ideas on how she maintains high quality standards on her products. She indicated the use of high quality resources increases productivity. She also indicated that products are constantly improved, leading to customer satisfaction. So those are accurate. 1, 2. No distractor in this one. Just the issue of she maintains high quality standards, but it is not the benefit of a good quality management system. Then, explaining other benefits of a good quality management. These include the idea that effective customer services are rendered, resulting in increased customer satisfaction. Time and organizational resources are such as finance, raw material, are used efficiently. Then we still need one extra. Productivity increases through proper or effective time management or the using of high resource. Now, that's a total of 6 marks, and then we don't mark the others because the mark allocation is 6. Then now, differences between quality control and assurance. The difference between quality control and assurance, I'd love to write the following here. This one is about the product, but this one is about the what? The process. Now, quality control, the system that ensures that the desired quality is met by inspecting the final what? Product. Whereas quality assurance checks that are carried out during and after the production what? Process. So you can see here we are talking about checks for the production process, but here we are inspecting the final product. Quality control ensures that finished products meet the required what? Standard. So basically I would say this is about the final product, but this is about the what? The production function. It ensures that the required standards are met at each and every stage of the process again. So you can see it's very clear to say production process is for quality assurance as a keyword. Quality control is the final product. And then checking raw material employees and or for employees to ensure that high quality standards are maintained, but with quality assurance, ensuring that every process is aimed at getting the product right the first time and preventing mistakes from happening. By checking the process, hence we say quality assurance is the building of quality as opposed to checking of quality. So it is the building of quality, hence it happens during the process, during the production process. But when we look here with quality control, we are saying it includes setting targets and measuring performance of the final product. If the performance is not good, take corrective measure, fix it. Then we look into the business function now. The business function. Now, this is how a question can come. Read the scenario below and answer questions that follow. We have Blue Enterprise. Blue Enterprise is a large retail business that provides variety of products. They prepare their own accounting records and ensure accurate tax payments. Then Blue Enterprise responded quickly when one of their clients was not happy with their services. 3.4.1. Identify 2 business functions that are applicable to Blue Enterprise and motivate your answer by quoting from the scenario above. Now, when you check the issue of accurate tax payments, therefore this talks to which function? Finance finance, and then or financial function. Then when they're dealing quickly with clients who are not happy, that is administration. That is administration. Then differences between quality, performance, and management. Let's check again now. The solution, financial and administration, 1-1. Then let's talk about now how they contribute to the success. Administration will contribute to the success of the business if they do what? Fast and reliable data capturing of processing and systems, making reliable information available to management on time. Then another one is the financial function. Obtaining capital from the most reliable source would mean their financial function is contributing to the success. Again, negotiating better interest rates or better interest rates in order to keep financial costs down. So this is considered to be what? To be contributing to the success, because it is cutting down the cost. It is cutting down the cost. And then when they are making fast and reliable data capturing, meaning they are becoming effective, meaning the function is effective. Therefore, effectiveness is considered to be contributing to success as well of the business. Then, differences between quality management and quality performance. Quality management, this refers to tools used to design or improve quality of a product, whereas quality performance is the total performance of each department measured against their specified standard. So when you look into management, we are talking about things that are designed by the business to improve how things happen inside the business. Hence we say whatever tool that is designed to improve the quality of product can be used for accountability within each of the business function. Whereas quality performance is, it says it can be obtained if all departments work together towards the same quality standard. Then the aim is to ensure that quality of products or services is constant and focuses on the means of achieving consistency. But with quality of performance, the performance of the product or the performance of the business can be measured through the physical product, the statistical output or process, the survey of the users or buyers of goods and services. Now we look into the last part, which is now the total quality management. Under total quality management, you should know how to identify from the scenario the 5 TQM elements, which is continuous improvement to processes and systems, which is continuous skills development, which is total client satisfaction, which is adequate financing and capacity, and monitoring and evaluation of processes. You should further be in a position to identify the impact, which is the positives and negatives. Then, after that, by no chance, we don't get into the exam not knowing the following. Not knowing how to identify the PDCA model from the scenario, not knowing how to discuss each of the PDCA model. Then you should know how to explain the importance of quality cycle. You should know how to explain the impact of TQM if poorly implemented, and quote it from the scenario and quote the quality cycle from the scenario. And you should also know ways in which TQM can reduce the cost of quality. So you don't get into the exam not knowing this. Please make sure that you master this part of the content. I repeat, please make sure that you master this part. And then we proceed. Outline now. These are the questions. Outline the advantages of the continuous skills development as part of the TQM elements on a large business. Read the scenario below and answer questions that follow. We have vendor manufacturer, VM. Vendor manufacturer is a large business that specializes in manufacturing of outdoor trailers and caravans. Then VM conducts quality control checks and procedures at key points, and they also have more resources to check on quality of performance in each unit. Then identify 2 TQM elements implemented by VM and motivate your answer by quoting from the scenario. Thereafter, discuss the advantages of one of the TQM element identified in 3.7.1, which is on vendor manufacturer as a large business. Then discuss the importance of quality cycle. And then recommend ways in which TQM can reduce the cost of quality. Now, we start with 3.6, outlining the advantages of continuous skills development as a TQM element. Large businesses here, because we are talking about continuous skills development. With the 5 TQM elements, we are talking about the TQM elements of a large business, to say between a small and a large business, which one can do it better. So a large business can make continuous skills development, can do continuous skills development, because a large business has a human resource department dedicated to skills training and development, but a small business does not have. Then a large business has human resource experts to ensure training programs are relevant to increase customer satisfaction. A tech shop doesn't have a department at all, so it won't even train their workers to ensure customer satisfaction. Sometimes a tech shop will only have one worker, so they won't have the resource. Then the ability to afford specialized and skilled employees. A large business affords skilled workers, but a small business like a tech shop will not afford skilled employees. Large businesses could conduct what? Skills audits to establish the competency, the education level, and the staff performance, which could affect the quality of the product or processes positively. They may be able to hire qualified trainers to train employees. It's about the idea that this business is large and it has money. It has money to hire qualified trainers to train employees. Can a tech shop do it? Can the lady who's selling fat cakes by the corner do it? No, because they are running a small business. They cannot do it. They cannot do continuous skills. So with all the other elements, it's about that. It's about the idea that larger businesses can do the elements much better than smaller businesses. Please, that's how we should understand the TQM elements. Then as we proceed, we look into the 2 TQM elements applicable to vendor manufacturer. In this regard, is monitoring and evaluation of processes and continuous improvement to processes and systems. Because vendor manufacturer is a large business, they are able to conduct quality control checks and procedures at key points. They are also having more resources to check on quality of performance in each unit. Then we move and say, monitoring and evaluation of processes. Their advantages is the idea that they prevent product defects or errors and minimize customer complaints. That is the advantage for a large business. A larger business can do monitoring and evaluation much better. What is to monitor something? To be careful. Monitor, watch with carefulness. Watch with carefulness. So here we are saying it allows for quality control checks and procedures at key points. They are able to do it, and this we saw from the scenario. Therefore, is considered to be repetition because it was on the scenario, and then they may be equipped to get things right the first time. That is the advantage for a large business. And then quality cycles meet on a regular basis to evaluate the progress of the progress in terms of quality. Then the second TQM element, continuous improvement. What is the advantage for a large business? Larger businesses have more resources to check on quality of performance. In each unit, we saw this in the scenario. So if you repeat it, you lose marks. Enough capital resources are available for new equipment required for processes and systems. Enough capital resource, meaning enough money is available for a large business to buy new equipment needed for process and systems. Then large businesses have a person dedicated to improvement of quality processes and systems. Then they are willing to take risks and try new processes and systems because they can absorb the impact of losing money. Then they can afford to use services of quality cycles to stay ahead of their competitors. Then as we proceed, discussing now the importance of quality cycle. The importance of quality cycle is the idea that they investigate problems and suggest solutions to management. Also, they solve problems related to quality and also implement improvements. Another one, they ensure that there's no duplication of activities in the workplace. Then they make suggestions for improvement of systems and processes in the workplace. So by just knowing these 4, you are sorted. Because the questions will either be out of 4 or out of 6. And out of 6, we expect 3 points. Out of 4, we expect 2 points. In a case of a scenario, we expect now 5 points because they might say quote and explain other, but you will always be expected to write 3 or 2 points. As we proceed, they increase the demands of the products or services, and they can create harmony and high performance in the workplace. Then, recommending ways in which TQM can reduce the cost of quality. Number one, it can reduce the cost of quality by introducing quality cycles to discuss ways of improving the quality of work and workmanship, and then the scheduling activities to eliminate duplication of tasks. Share responsibility for output amongst management and workers, together with training employees at all levels so that everyone can understand, and then also working closely with suppliers to improve the quality of materials or inputs. So, as I said, with this, we will be in the winning position. Now, staff manufacturer. Staff manufacturer failed to implement the total quality management. SM sets unrealistic deadlines that may not be achieved. SM looks for continuous ways to improve other business partners. Then SM is experiencing a decline in sales due to unhappy customers. Now, quote 2 ways in which TQM was poorly implemented. Let's check. Unrealistic deadlines. Do we allow that? Yes. SM looking for continuous ways to improve from other business partners. No, this is not poorly implementing because they are looking for improvement. SM experiencing a decline in sales due to unhappy. Yes. You see now? Now, explain other ways in which TQM can reduce the cost of quality. Let's check. And recommend ways in which you can apply 2 steps of PDCA. And then let's check now. It's there already. It's there. SM, as I said, sets what? Unrealistic deadlines that may not be achieved, and is quoted as it is. SM is experiencing a decline in sales due to unhappy customers. That is correct. What is the distractor? This one here. This one is the distractor. Therefore, it was not supposed to be quoted. Be careful of the distractor. Be careful of the distractor. Please explain otherwise. Employees may not be adequately trained. That is correct if TQM is poorly implemented. Decline in productivity due to stoppages is very short, and I like it. The business image may suffer because of poor quality products. And then another one is customers will have many alternatives to choose from, and the impact could be devastating for the business. Then another one, investors may withdraw investment if there's a decline in profits. Then high staff turnover because of poor skills development. Then explaining now or recommending how businesses can apply the PDCA. Here you just have to say plan and explain why. The business should identify the problem. Say do and explain why. Implement the process or system. It is the shortest. Check or analyze 2 marks and choose the shortest one. Determine whether it made the difference. Act as needed 2, and then choose the shortest one. Continuously revise the process. That's it. That's how you implement the PDCA. You plan by identifying the problem. Thereafter, you plan the method and approach. Then you do. What is to do? It is to implement in a smaller scale. You do it in a smaller scale. You check. After doing it, you check and analyze to say before and after. You are determining whether it made the difference. Before you had 20 customers. After you have 100 customers. Meaning it is making a difference. Then if the change is successful, as we can see, the change is successful before 20 customers, after 100 customers. Implement it on a wider scale. That's it. And with that being said, we look into the summary now. We looked into the structure of the paper. We looked into the main topics. We also looked into interpretation of section B and section C. Thereafter, we looked into the human resource activities. These were your human resource activities: recruitment, selection, induction, placement, salary determination methods, fringe benefits, and legislation. We also looked into what? Quality concept, which is quality control and assurance, together with quality management and performance. Then we looked into the functions to say how these functions can contribute to the success of the business. Then we looked into the TQM elements to say we have 5 TQM elements, and we explain how these TQM elements work on a large business and their impact on a large business. And that is the end of our presentation. Thank you for watching. Keep well. Goodbye.